Hello everyone, my name is Clantis and welcome to the Clan. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So let's dive right into your self-appointed experts comments, because that's who we are. We are self-appointed experts, and we're going to start with Khaukhelo, who says, I could listen to Advocate Baloyi, Advocate Mngomezulu, and Judge Mukwatleng the whole day. The knowledge we were exposed to today is something else. It was case after case. You know, if it was a normal court, I would fully agree with you, because that potential is there. You got great legal minds under one roof, but one person just comes and spoils it. And that person is supposed to be leading by example with age, but it is what it is. Then we have Ayanda, who says, I felt the judge was stimulated about Ngomeza's challenge, which felt like he was longing for all this time in the defense. For the first time, I felt like we have confidence in the defense. Big ups Ngomezulu. You know, I did have that feeling as well, like, oh, finally the judge kind of like this is what I've been looking for, you know. But anyways, he still needs to respect those men and women who are in that court nonetheless, irrespective of what he thinks of their IQ level or whatever the case is. Reza says the entire confession has to be set aside. If one or any rules of taking a statement is violated, the entire statement is illegal. Fruit of the poisonous tree. In fact, the entirety of the evidence of the state's evidence was deficient. I agree. I fully agree with this statement 100%, because if one, what do you call this? It's like in an algebra, you know, those steps that you do in algebra, one little mistake, that entire sums is problem is wrong. You have to go back and redo that whole formula in order for you to get to the answer, or solving X for that matter. So same goes, I think, with the legal system. One little step that you miss, or you omit, or you violate, it collapses the entire case. The danger of this is that a person who is a murderer, who killed people, and the police forgot just this one little strip to have this person convicted for life. But because they forgot this, that's the end. He walks free. That's the danger about these things. Salum Zanzi says, oh, Clan, you even prepare notes. I do. I always have notes. It's just that you guys don't see it today. I was all over the place because I wanted the video to be out as early as possible. Not like what happened yesterday. Yesterday, I came back home very late. And secondly, I needed to, cook dinner. After cooking dinner, I had to set up and then film and edit. And then the video came out a little late. Plus, we also had load shedding. And in fact, once load shedding happens, there will be a delay with the Wi-Fi. So yeah. So you guys don't really see the notes. I do have stacks of, sometimes I have like 20 pages that I go through. I just memorize them with my head. That is why I'm able to speak in front of the camera. Terry says, Baloyi Mara, I'm sure he's sitting somewhere looking at how he shot himself just by always just changing things overnight. His actions have caught up with him. What a stupid move. I think it's like, why did they have to get Mngomezulu? Mngomezulu of all, I think that's where he's at. Khoitsi says, may Judge Rata have Solomonic wisdom, or Solomon, from Solomon. Wisdom, I pray for Mshololo, I pray for Mnisi, I pray for Ngumalo, I pray for Ramusipili, I pray for Mngomezulu, I pray for Senzo Meiwa's family and his soul. I pray for you, Clantis. Oh my gosh. I did not see that one coming. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you, Khoisi. Thank you. Is it Khoisi, right? Or it's Khoisi. Oh my gosh. I did not see that one coming. Thank you. Thank you for praying for me. I appreciate it. Gugu says, who's this foreigner person? Bebathi kuzo kala yena kuke voice recorder. Oh, kule voice recorder. This is the first time I'm hearing this. I don't know. Sister Bina says, singing along, Go Zulu, Go Zulu. You are chanting, Go That's what I was doing the entire time. I'm like, woo, finally, we are going somewhere. Not that we were not going somewhere with others, but this was like a solidify moving forward with the defense. Lucia says, what if the voice is not that of Ndanzi? Or what if the magistrate was reading the questions and someone else was responding using Ndanzi's answers from the written statements? Let's also not forget we are in the era of artificial intelligence. I'm not saying this has happened. I'm not saying this has happened, but I have seen and heard voices that sound exactly like mine, but it's a robot. You'll never know. You'll never know. Kuku says, God bless Mngome Zulu. We are praying for them. Amen to that. Mletisi says Mngome Zulu has pitted Rata against Cronje. It's a legal chess game. You know, when I saw what's his name yesterday, Advocate Mngome Zulu, I was like, this man is onto some. He is going to come back and play the same games that Baloyi is playing, and is going to put the judge in his place. Did you hear him several times putting the judge in his place in the most calm voice with a tinsy wincy smile? I think that is called in Zulu ugedlishegise. Like, I'm serious, you're sharp, and I'm hitting you with a smile, but you're feeling the pain. Like, why are you smiling? But at the same time, you are hurting me. Ugedlishegise or something like that. I don't know. Is that what it's called, right? And then we have Ananuki says, it sounds like that. Oh, it sounds like that, bro. She did say that she did the tape for her own intentions to derail unlawful confession. You know, for me, it was a penny dropping. Like, wait a minute. Maybe we're being harsh at this woman. Maybe she did something here. We are the ones who were like, you know, but I was looking at it because I'm listening to this, to the trial today. I'm like, it's taking me back to Cronje. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, this whole thing doesn't make sense. All the questions that I was going to pose if I was a defense lawyer on Cronje, yes, I would have still posed them. But at the same time, she left us some crumbs for us to figure out why she did what she did. She wanted this process not to be admissible. And then you have to investigate further why. You know, that was a smart move on her. I think so. Baloyi's name fit him perfectly. Very sneaky, this one, allegedly. Okay, let me continue. Thandi, well done to Ramusipili for appointing Mngome Zulu. He was ridiculed by both Rata and Baloyi. Baloyi misled Ramusipili regarding the trial, within a trial. Ramusipili was angry, and the judge mocked him when Baloyi said the witnesses are available, and yet Baloyi said there are no witnesses to Ramusipili. Bad faith at its best. The judge, as his norm, ridiculed him, Ramusipili, and said, hello, don't you know that a person can make a call to mass? That was ridiculous, in my opinion. And then I think this is when Ramusipili was at Nzoktola when Sayokulandela umuntu. And he did. Mimi says, hi, Glantis and Clan. I'm so excited. It was an exciting day, I'm telling you. Court took another turn today. Defense was on fire. Black excellent. Woohoo! Mngome Zulu, the anaconda. Is that what it's called now? Oh my goodness, this is the thunderstorm. Okay. Ngumalo, the Black Mamba. Mshololo, the finisher. Ooh, why do I feel like I'm in a wrestling show? The unshakable team. Love, 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 love. That was very creative of you, Mimi. Thank you so much. And then we have Tamari, who says Rata also quoted funny. I heard that. I was like, what? I was like, why? We're in a constitutional democracy 600 years later, or whatever the case is. I'm so sorry to waste your time, but that was funny. Why did you remind me, Tamari? Why? Let me read that again. I'm so sorry. Rata also quoted Jan van Riebeck case, the first colonist of 1600, where when it was still lawless and slavery was rife, made me to be so unbelievable. Even if legally you can quote a case in the 1600s, but there has been several law reforms that has surpassed 1600 laws in the 2023. Universal human rights and South African constitution is the overarching law. You cannot violate a person's right to get justice. Otherwise, we will say necklacing is permissible for justice. Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, when we got out of apartheid in 1994, a constitution was put in place, the very one today, that has chapter 2, aka the Bill of Rights, that has fundamental constitutional rights that is afforded to any person that is under the sun of South Africa. And that constitution needs to be followed to the T. Yes, it is subject to limitation, I think section 36, but fundamental human rights, you really, really, really have to find something to limit the rights. Otherwise, they are very difficult. And the other thing as well that Mokgoatleng was trying to do was trying to override the constitutional rights of accused number 2. You cannot do that, especially with privacy and a fair trial. Those rights cannot be overridden. I don't think they can even limit it. I don't know. Maybe whoever is in the know on that one, please correct me. You know, I'm always willing to be corrected. So it was quite interesting. Quite interesting, I must say as well. Yeah, Frederick. I was like, why, Judge? Gamsida said, I will not be gullible yet when it comes to this judge. Sorry. You know what, Gamsida? I would try to persuade you to actually celebrate, go to, have your day today, knowing that this judge is going to come this morning. Okay, I'm saying this tonight because the video is coming out in the morning. Tell yourself that Ntanzi, possibility of Ntanzi and accused number 1 walking out of this entire case is highly possible tomorrow or today, as it sits. Okay, I need to get my mind right. I'm doing the video the same day as the main video tonight, and then you guys gonna see it tomorrow morning. So yeah, there's a possibility. But the thing is, Judge Mokgoatleng is pushed against the corner by the constitution that was violated. So, and then I still think that Magistrate Vivian Cronje deliberately did that because she realized that this young man that is brought before me ain't a killer. But because of whatever is going on with the criminal justice system and whoever is in charge of it, she was like, I am not going to go down after building this career all these years because of some corruption. And so she did this. I think she did it deliberately to actually protect Ntanzi. That is just my take on that one. Who else that came through? The young from Rebecca one is still ringing in my. Johanna says it's about time the judge wakes up to post-apartheid era. Woo! Yes, Safa Saphela 1928. I almost sang it into a song. He loves quoting old case law and bullied the defense into it. Advocate Ngomezulu has strengthened the defense. Highly agree on that one. He's a breath of fresh air in the defense team. I love that. Marianne says, yeah, see, you were on fire. I got even more excited now. I was on fire. Goodman says, yes, indeed, it was a good day in the office today. Things are shaping up. Yes, they are. I love it. I love when things are happening in the right way. Lungisa says, I hear you, Clantis. However, math is not mathing. Kule case, why didn't Tuli Inkabi number 5 call KK no more than once? I've said this before. Unless those phone numbers that linked accused number 5 and accused and Kelly Kumano, there is substance in those phone calls where you hear Ukeli Kumalo discussing with accused number 5 a commission of crime or murder. But we're only told that this phone number, which belongs to Miss KK, and then this phone number, which belongs to accused number 5, is linked. And then secondly, is it possible that Kelly may know, because remember, everybody knows everybody in First Loras. How is it possible that one of Kelly Kumalo's assistant, while she was busy in a studio recording or maybe on stage performing, and maybe accused number 5 is either a family friend, an uncle, maybe even father, and then they did not have airtime on their phone now because they were taking care of Kelly Kumalo's handbag with her cell phone, maybe made a call to accused number 5. So there are so many possibilities in this one. That is why I do not think that it's something that we need to even consider until the records say the conversation, and we can actually hear the conversation between Kelly Kumalo and accused number 5, what the conversations were about. If it was the commission of killing Senzo Mewa, we need to hear that, not just the linkage. That to me means absolutely nothing. I get what you're saying, but to me, it's neither here nor there. You continue to say, what was that all about? We also heard in court that KK communicated with ZK, Zandile Kumalo, that KK can't wait to see Senzo Meiwa out of her life. Again, think about yourself as well. When you are so angry at somebody, you say, I'm going to kill them. Do you really mean that you're going to kill them? And then indeed they do die. And because you said that to me, and then I run to the police and say, oh my goodness, Lungisa said he was but only it was an expression on your side. I don't know. I don't know. But there is, for that one, I'm also curious about that WhatsApp message, that conversation. I am quite curious about it. But do I believe that there was a hit on Senzo Mewa? No, I'm not convinced on that one. That one, I'm not convinced. Ever since I heard about that conspiracy theory, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Math isn't mathing in this case. That part, I agree with you. That part, I agree with you. The police messed the entire investigation. Now they are trying to salvage their image. Goodman says, Balayer. I'm thinking you're saying Baloi. The clan fam, y'all are funny. Goodman says he even put Balaya under the bus. Judge Rata selling his soul to look good. He realized, hey, I got a legacy to maintain here. I cannot go down because of this one, Olele. I don't know. Great analysis. Okay, no, this is Ntombi who says, great analysis, clan. What really annoys me with Rata is that he's openly biased towards the state. Blue-eyed boy Baloyi. Rata never interjects Baloyi when he makes his submission, but for the defense, he interjects. He interjects them even before they finish a sentence. He listens to answer, not to understand what the defense is submitting. Rata always second guess the defense, and it's not fair. Rata is clearly not neutral in this case. He works together with Baloyi. Who knows? Maybe they are busy preparing the judgment for tomorrow together. I would not be surprised. He did the same with that Inkabi Zungu constable for 12 years with witness. Enough with this kangaroo court. Justice for Senzo Meiwa now. You know what? I would not be surprised. Same goes with the case law that he stood up this morning, Baloyi. And then, what's his name? Did you hear the judge say, yeah, that case is a 1996, right? I'm like, I know that you know the law, but you do not know all the law. And you do not know all the cases and which year they were done. I suspect that under, because we don't see, he sits on up there, everybody's down there, and the camera can't see on top of his desk whether he has his cell phone and whatever else. He could have written Baloyi, what do you call this, a WhatsApp, a message or a WhatsApp and say, hey, check this case out that happened in the Constitutional Court, Krechla. It's 1996. We don't know. Probably that happened because they stood Baloyi and then he started quoting that case from out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, unless it is the candidate attorneys that works with Baloyi. But when the judge says, that's a 1996 case, right? And I'm like, okay, Rata, I see you. I see you, sir. I see you. Let's go on. Charlotte says, Yabonga, clan leader, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. The support, I highly appreciate it, guys. I do. Thank you. Debuho says, hi, Clan Nation, help me with this point. I Miss Cronier has this. Oh, okay, let's see. If Miss Cronier has this crucial information about the confession, why did she not forward that information to the police? I will not also forward anything to the police at this stage regarding this, especially if I suspect there is something that is going on that is wrong, and then they are trying to include my name. I will protect myself somehow, and I think that's exactly what Cronier did. I would not submit anything to the police and save the family from crying for justice. She sat with this information from 2020 until she took a stand and gave evidence. This does not make any sense. She is an officer of the law. That's true, I get that. But what if as an officer of the law, you are seeing people, probably powerful people, doing wrong things and they want to involve you? Who are you going to talk to? Who are you going to trust? Are you going to trust the same police who are going to turn around? Probably. Like those two boys, like the Sangoma, like all the people that today are 6 feet under. What if she would have been one of those? So she had to do what she needed to do to save her life. But she was hoping that this process that is happening now happens. You know, question the constitutionality of the process. And here we are. I think if that's how was her plan, it's working. Sitting with crucial information all this time, on top of that, known by her alone, while people are questioned in court. Now, for this one, I'm sorry. I want to agree. There are some things that I agree with you about, but the others, no, I don't think. If you feel that you are in danger, and then you have this piece of information to yourself, maybe you will tell few people. You tell your wife, you tell your husband, or somebody, say, if anything happens to me, I have a recording. I stashed it somewhere here. That's it. And you leave it like that. Rulani says, good one. We're loving it. Yes, thank you, Rulani. Thank you. I know you're talking about the case. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Let's go to Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Judge is behaving. Yeah, he is. Because he knows Advocate Mgomezuli is very knowledgeable about the law. Definitely calmed his arrogance down a notch or two. And in that conversation they were having this morning, I loved it. Same goes the conversation he had, or that debate he had with Nisi. I felt that was so wholesome. It was so nice and pleasant to watch, even though Nisi was making perfect sense. And the judge was just not listening to what Nisi is saying. But it was a pleasant something to watch. I loved it. Shirley says, for good measure, Ntanzi might have to take the stand as per a legal analyst. Now he must not sing from the wrong hymn sheet as he did about Capitag. That statement story still remains a mystery. Okay, let me not say this something, but apparently the state will have an egg on its face when it comes to that. So that is why Baloy is like suppressing it not to come out. Because he had a great chance with the bank statement before even coming to the trial within a trial. He had a good one with that statement. It would have definitely disproved Ntanzi's claims about the Capitec loan and transactions that took place between the 25th and the 28th. So he kind of like cast it aside and then went straight to a trial within a trial. But I'm hearing some very positive stories in favor of Ntanzi when it comes to the Capitec statement. All right, Fiona says, I don't think that Ntanzi would have asked for the statement if he wasn't sure. Why would he put himself in more mess than he is already in? They tampered with that statement for sure. Yeah, like I said, I heard a little birdie say the state was like, okay, we abandon, abort. Let's go to plan C, which is the trial within a trial. And if the judge, by the way, I'm sorry to waste time, if this judge tomorrow rules in favor of the defense, chances are Ntanzi might walk free. If you still think that the bank statements are still dodgy, he will walk away with that dodginess because of the recordings. I'm just thinking. Okay, Lindy says, ngeke sidlale lo baba. It's something. Ngeke sidlale lo baba. Hi, Shem. You are on fire, literally, with facts. You were more deeply in the research mode. Fully agree with you. Mgomezulu is cool, smart, and not moved by the judge's questions. Mgomezulu has intellectual maturity, not moved an inch by destructive questions. Stuck to his guns. I agree. I like that. I very much like the fact that he's not shaken or moved by the judge and his destructive behavior. Peggy Sibia, I can tell you, I'm very impressed by your feedback and you summarized it very good. Thank you. Coming from you, I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, my head. I'm telling you, by the time this case is done, my head will be falling off my shoulders. I'm telling you. The good things that you guys say, I love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. On a budget with non-do, based on what I observed today, the defense has finally taken action. They seem to have evidence from the recordings that their client was coerced. However, since proving this to the judge and his friend would be challenging, they've decided to take a more pessimistic approach. The inadmissibility of the recording would help expedite the case within a case. That is my stance for now, but I am now looking forward to the proceedings, knowing that the defense team is becoming more united and stronger. Yeah, together they are stronger. I love that. Thank you so much on the budget with non-do. Thank you for that. And then we have Hlangabezi, who says, Clancy, you have done your homework. In between everything, in between traffic, in between getting home, changing, taking a shower, doing my dinner, setting up, I'm like this. Indeed, legality fairness does not override constitutional rights. Absolutely. You can come with every case law under the sun. If it's going to try or attempt to override the fundamental constitutional right of South Africans, good luck. That's all I can say. Because I could see that what is his name, Judge Rata, was trying to outmaneuver Ngome Zulu with these case laws. But Ngome Zulu said, but sir, back in the day, there never used to be rights that accused enjoy today. And he was like, you're right, okay, you're right. And I'm like, Zia says, I wish I was given the opportunity to subscribe 1,000 times. I would smash that button like my data is out to be depleted. No, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your support. That was wholesome. Thank you. Thank you. We are at 10.9 people. Woo! We are growing. Zopa says Colonial was protecting herself by recording that confession. I believe so too. Now that I've thought about it, I was like, no, this woman did a smart move. She did a smart move. Oxalayo, I did what those thugs asked me to do, but in the interest of justice, I'm just going to leave this nugget for people to read between the lines. Read between the lines is when she takes the stand, she's going to drop something. Hopefully the defense will catch it, which they did. And said, you said, what? You did what? She was smart. She was very smart. Tawala says, and who killed Katlego Bereng? With this one, at least we do have suspects, you see? Suspects that are solid, let me put it that way. With this one, there's a mess that happened almost 10 years ago. On the 26th, guys, of this month, Senzo Mewa is gone for 10 years. And this mess has been ongoing for 10 years. We need to come to a conclusion. But I get you about Katlego Bereng. Definitely he deserved justice. And those, I almost said something, they need to be thrown in jail and rot there. Biggie says, but Clancy, you have not touched on why the accused confessed in written statement and in audio. Oh, so when he was called in to do what? The written statement, the written confession. Or if they, apparently the law says, if you are going to use your words like talk, it needs to be reduced into a statement because that's the statement that is brought to court for what the process is right now. However, though, when it comes to the audio recording, he did not know that it was being recorded. That is why we had a trial within a trial within a trial today. That this judge refuses to admit this is a trial within a trial about the audio recording. So he did not know that he was being recorded. All he knew that there's a lady sitting next to him questioning him about the confession that he needed to make. I think I've answered that. But to continue your comment, you say, what did the accused think he was doing? It boggles my mind. Like I have already explained it, he didn't know he was being recorded. Tomorrow's judgment will go in state's favor. I don't think so. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. You violate the Constitution, there is no judge in this country will rule against the Constitution. No judge. So I'm sorry to tell you that you may have an egg on your face regarding this particular sentence. That is obvious, not obvious. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to tell you. The judge will simply say the audio is in the interest of justice. It's not in the interest of justice. It's unconstitutional. He mentioned it today in passing. Now, unfortunately, if he does, that is subject to appeal right at the Constitutional Court, and the Constitutional Court will be scathing on this judge if he did that. Scathing. Nandi says, greetings dearest, I am new on this channel. In almost a few weeks that I have been checking on these similar case channels with great disappointment. However, I must say that your work is highly professional. I also think that my colleagues are doing a great job though. I think the fellow YouTubers, we call each other colleagues as well. I think they're doing a great job. Give them a chance, a little, But I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Your critical thinking and analysis models are profound and so authentic, unlike many annoying channels I have come across. Great work, clan, as you are called. Much appreciated. I shall later make my comments about this old judge who seem to be still living in the old dispensation. Who is so annoying. Nandi, he is so annoying. You have no idea. But no, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you being here and you're warmly welcome. This is the clan family and you are allowed with your opinion, whether your opinion is unpopular or your opinion is critical thinking, we welcome that. But we do so with respect and maturity, like how you've done your commentary. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. The last comment comes from Tahila. Cleanses with paper like Rata and... Leave me alone. Okay, the very last comment comes from Fiona Fredericks, who says, love you, Clances. Oh, love you too. Thank you so much. Anyways, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody that's super thanking the channel and supporting it financially. I highly appreciate you guys so very much. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what did you think about the self-appointed experts comments. If you wanted to comment and if you did submit a comment, thank you so much, guys. I'm so sorry that I cannot get through all the comments. I appreciate you for submitting nonetheless. Share the video far and wide, and also don't forget to like other YouTubers' videos and also subscribe. See you next time with a new video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.